All right, what is up, guys? We are live. Blake Jamieson back here with another Friday artist interview. Very excited for tonight's episode. We've got fellow Tops 2020 artist Jacob Rochester. Welcome, man.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yeah. So you guys, of course. So for all you guys watching, as you know, I've had on a handful of 2020 artists. Usually, I'll kind of talk to them before they come on a stream. I hit up Jacob because I didn't have anyone for the stream tonight, I realized. And so I asked him last minute and he said yes. So like you're basically witnessing the first time that we've talked, which should be fun. But yeah, man, I'm excited. So we'll definitely we'll let the fans, if I see some questions, I'll throw them at you. But yeah, let's just talk about art and life and music and whatever else we want.
For sure, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So for the Tops Project 2020 stuff, is that I guess like I don't know if everyone like got hit up the same. Like Jeff kind of hit me up through my website and was like, "Hey, I see you paint. Like you want to do this project." Was it kind of similar with you?
Yeah, kind of. For me, it was through Instagram, and I was just thinking today, it's so funny how just the whole process went. Where it kind of at first it was just super casual, and I almost like I was excited, of course, but I almost was like, "Oh yeah, this is cool." Like everyone didn't like know what to expect. So, and I think just the fact that it was so casual and then how things took off is when it really hit me like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. So, but yeah, same kind of thing where they reached out through Instagram and set up like a call, and yeah, it was just super casual with Brandon and Jeff and Mike. But
That's awesome, man. I love it. And I love your work too. I mean, I think the Tops did a very good job kind of curating like a very wide range of people that, artists, everyone's very different.
Yeah.
When I look at your work, I feel like you probably, and I don't know if you went to art school or not, but like, it looks to me like you're like classically trained, like you're like an OG. Like, I don't know how to explain it better. Like you look like you know what you're doing, man.
I mean, yeah, so I went to UConn for graphic design, and my background is mainly in illustration. But I have a degree in graphic design, and yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much kind of merging those worlds with these cards is kind of how I've been approaching it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did you collect baseball cards growing up or anything like that, or?
Oh, not baseball, but basketball for sure. It was like in middle school, like I always say, like I was like swindling like classmates for like Jordan. Like I have like 93, 94 Jordans like that I traded for like Tim Duncan's and Rasheed Wallace's. Like it was funny. Like, but yeah, back in middle school I had and I still have them now. They're back in Connecticut, but I have a very good like basketball collection for sure.
Nice. And where in Connecticut did you grow up?
Bloomfield, Connecticut, which is not too far from Hartford, and
Nice. Yeah, when I first moved to New York a couple years ago, I stayed with a friend in Greenwich, and then I would just take the train in so that I could like take my time looking at apartments and looking at art studios and figuring out where I wanted to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful place, man. It's awesome. I love it up there. A lot more greenery than in New York, which I appreciate.
For sure.
And so you said, so now you're in New York, in LA. And what part of LA are you in?
I'm in like Westlake, which is between like downtown and Koreatown.
Okay.
Not far from MacArthur Park. But yeah, it's cool over here. Definitely a different vibe than Connecticut.
That's all. Yeah, for sure. And have you been there for a while?
I've been here since 2016.
Okay.
For 4 years now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Matt just brought in some of your cards, so I'm going to show people just so they've seen them. Okay, so we got the Griffey.
Griff.
We got Trout.
Yes, sir. My Nolan Ryan just came in today too, actually.
Oh, which one? Oh, the Nolans.
Yeah, I could grab those.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that one just arrived today. Frank. This is cool, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
I think it's awesome. And also, I didn't show them this. The Ricky's awesome. I feel like, I mean, all the artists are doing a good job, I think, but like yours as a whole set, like really, they go really well together. They're awesome. I love like the kind of like this checkered border and then this kind of like, this has like almost like a glitch kind of style border. And kind of seeing those themes across all the cards. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. Now, are these, to me, are they watercolor?
So yeah, so the first, I want to say 8, I think, of my cards, or 7 of my cards are watercolor. And then just recently in like the second half of the set, I moved over to like gouache, which is, basically it's pretty much, it's super similar to watercolor, but it's just more opaque.
Yep.
So, it's just bolder colors and, more vivid, and you don't have to layer as much with watercolors. So yeah, so now that's why, like, more, I guess the last 3 or 4 of my cards, I feel like have kind of had a different, I guess, kind of vibe to them, and that's basically just because of the different technique I'm using for the paint.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how big? Because you're like, I don't think there's that many artists. I'm doing it, but you're actually painting it as a painting and then photographing it or scanning it or whatever. How big are you painting it?
Yeah, I can show you the pretty much like paper size, I guess. Like 9 by 12.
Oh, that Bob Gibson was gorgeous.
Thanks, man.
That one's awesome.
So just kind of like painting them and scanning them in, and then kind of building the assets around it with the.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
that Ichiro was so cool. And I saw somebody on Blowout Forums had posted about how, like, on the left, those like red dots was like a font that I think your friend made or somebody made.
My little brother, actually.
Oh, yeah, sick.
And he did that when he went to UConn as well, and did the same design program as me. But yeah, he did that font. I think he did it for a project. And I was just going through fonts or whatever as I was doing the card. And I was like, this would be perfect for it. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool. Honestly, like, when I first saw the card, I didn't recognize that as a font. And then as soon as someone told it to me and I saw it, I'm like, now I can't unsee it. Every time I see the lettering, which I think is really, really cool. And that's awesome, man. Getting to tie your brother in as well. I've got a couple family members have been helping me as well. My sister Tess, who's on the stream tonight, runs kind of my email and kind of digital communications. My dad's helping build a new website, or did actually. So it's a lot of fun when you can involve family, I think, in a process like this. Also, Matt just brought me this one. I would guess not as many people have this one, man. This is the OG I had to get. I've got them all.
Yo, it's so funny, like, with the Sandy, like, I didn't know how big this project was going to be. And I honestly didn't know how big the baseball card market was. So after the 2 days of when the Sandy dropped and they told me like 1,000 or something, I'm like, 1,000 sold? Like, what? Like, who's buying these cards or whatever?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, now that's the floor. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. That Bob Gibson you had was just amazing, dude. With him, with the basketball and the cardinal on top, like, that was fresh, dude. I think it's hard to choose favorites. I mean, really, among all the artists, but I think that Bob Gibson's got to be it for me so far of yours. I feel like you keep stepping your game up every time. Like, this is the first one. I love this card; is gorgeous, but I think that, like, the Bob Gibson was amazing. The Ichiro, which was also pretty recent, was just awesome. So
Thanks,
I love
man.
to see it.
Yeah, it's cool to see, like, feedback and stuff, and kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. And I just feel like my set has definitely, like, evolved. And at first I was trying to knock them out, just not all at once, but just trying to get through them. But now it's just, it's kind of like feeding off of just everyone and all the other artists and stuff. It definitely helps,
Yeah, absolutely.
Set and stuff.
And are you doing, and sorry for my ignorance on this, are you doing any autographed, like limited autographed cards?
Yeah, so I've been kind of, I guess I need to have more like transparency on my Instagram with it or whatever. But so far I've only done a Trout. I've done 15 Trouts and 5 Griffies, and they're like gold and silver. And I sold that on my site.
Cool.
And yeah, but that's it so far. Now that I have like more cards in hand, I'm gonna put them up, all kind of at once. But
that's awesome, man. Well, if you need any help, like, I've been doing auto since the beginning, and I've tested a lot of different things. Obviously, the project, like, in terms of like popularity and market, has kind of been a roller coaster. But I've learned from a lot of mistakes that I've made on the autograph side of things, and I'm happy to talk to you offline about, like, things that, if I were you, that I would strategically do just to help you maximize. Because I think that the artist autographs, for me at least, have been, I mean, it's been a game changer. Just in terms of being able to have cash flow to reinvest into my art and expand my business, hired some employees and stuff. So I'm happy to chat with you, like I said, offline if you want any I don't know, tips. I'm sure that you could do it yourself, but I just hate to see people make some mistakes that I did that I wish someone had told me.
No, I appreciate that. It's just such a tedious process, you know, just even just like cracking the cards open. So I've just been trying to like, you know, keep it at a low or relatively low amount so far. But yeah, I mean, we could talk for sure and just figure out.
That's awesome, man. And then let's tell people a little bit about the music stuff. So you have an album that just came out, what, on the 4th?
Yeah, yesterday. Well, technically today, last night. It's just like a beat tape, and with my friend Thelonious Martin, and we've been working on. So we have like 2 projects coming. And this is the first one. It's like a smaller 5 beat tape. But yeah, man, just like a lot of my stuff is like sample based, and you know, just kind of really like vibey kind of. I guess boom bap kind of, you know, kind of sound, and just really chill music, and we've been working on it for a while, and so
awesome.
You guys,
I'm always looking for some good new jams to paint to, so I'll be rocking to that one tonight
for sure.
And so that is linked in your Instagram. Is it also on your Twitter and other social profiles in case?
Yeah, it's we've been like, you know, promoting it a lot today and yesterday, so you'll definitely run into it if you check out.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put the comments down, or I'm gonna put it in the comment here on YouTube.
Yeah,
there we go. So that's for the album, and so if I understand correctly, free to stream, or people can buy it and download it.
Yeah, free to stream. Well, yeah, free on the Bandcamp. We're gonna get it on like Apple Music and all that.
Cool.
You know, in a week or two. But
yeah, that's awesome, man. I love it. It's also cool to see artists that are like multidisciplinary, doing music stuff and painting stuff. You know, it's cool, man. I love it.
It's just all about trying not to be bored, you know, especially during quarantine.
Totally, man. Do you have outside of the project that one that just launched and the top stuff? Do you have any other projects that you're working on that are going on right now?
Yeah, well, a lot of stuff I'm waiting to come out. I have like 2 projects with Nike I'm actually working on. They're like campaigns, and those should be within this month, I believe. And then the Jordan Brand
project with Nike in the past, right?
Yeah. They dropped like this shoe called the Space Hippie, and me and my boy Philip Annan did like the booklet to like create the like visual language around the sneakers. So
that's awesome. That's rad, man. Are you a sneakerhead too?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was. Now I've slowed down because I've been running out of space.
I feel that.
But I'm definitely familiar with that world for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into sneakers, but like I grew up collecting cards. I've always been a collector of all types of different stuff. This project has gotten me back into cards, and I see the appeal in the sneaker thing. I just I buy nice shoes sometimes, but then I get paint on them every single time. Like even the pairs I buy, then I'm like, I'm going to keep these clean. I'm only going to wear them, you know, to nice stuff. It just never happens, bro. Anything like clothes, paint, hats, paint, paint. But it's all good. I'm actually one of my next projects. I'm doing just like a small project. I'm painting a pair of bowling shoes actually for this guy that's like a professional bowler, actually one of the best in the world. And he sent me 3 pairs so that if I mess one up, I can have an extra one. So I haven't done a ton of painting on shoes. I've done a couple pairs, but they were like just kind of for fun. Like not like this guy's wearing it to the PGA Tour at the end of this month, and like it's going to be like on ESPN and shit. So I got to make sure to bring my A game.
Yeah. There's a whole like hobbyist kind of world for customizing sneakers and stuff too, like down to like curing the shoe. Yep. Then, so that's
I bought like this like I don't know. So you know like Angelus paints, those are like their leather paints. So on Angelus's website, they have like it's everything. It's like an airbrush, a compressor, all like the deglazer, the prepper, all this crap. It's just all in a box. And this weekend, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to bust it open, and I think I'm going to go to like Ross or something and buy a cheap pair of shoes and just start messing around on it, and hopefully figure out how to use this like I don't know compressor and little I don't know whatever air
that's tight.
Sprayer. Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah.
What's your next Topps card?
I got the Tony Gwynn coming out. The schedule said the 6th, but I think the 6th is Sunday. So I guess top of next month. I mean next week.
Nice.
And I can show like a little preview, I guess. This is part of it.
Nice. Man, I mean, it's amazing.
Appreciate it, man. I didn't end up using it to the side, but it came out pretty fire. So
yeah, I love it. And then are you doing like well, let's see. So this one, the background is painted.
Yeah.
This one, it looks like it's just a flat color. Could have been in Photoshop or could have been in on paper, I guess.
Yeah.
Griffey looks like it has a little paint. Yeah. So I guess it just kind of depends on the background stuff.
Yeah, it's just, it depends on the background, and then also I guess how I compose how the composition of the card is, and like how everything else works together. Like if the background is too much, like the Tony Gwynn, the original, had the background on this one, but the way this card I actually designed backwards, where usually I paint first and then scan it in and then design around it. Okay. But this one I designed first just because I kind of had an idea of how I wanted to lay it out. So I decided not to go with a background on this one. Nice. But yeah, it really just depends on like how busy the card is and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. What about of the other cards that you have remaining? I think we all have like 7 or 8 left.
Yeah.
Are there any particular that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so of course I'm definitely hyped about the Jeter because I guess I could announce it here. Like I wouldn't call it a collab, I guess, but I made custom Ebbetsfield flannels. Okay. I made 3 of them to give away. I'm gonna give away 2 and keep 1. And yeah, it's super tight. Like basically, I'm doing like customs with Ebbetsfield, and we're using like a 1920s, body with like 1930s detailing stuff. It's super tight. Coming together, but yeah, I should have more details on that when it's ready to go. But I'm not even sure when my Jeter's coming, but
yeah, I have Jeter still too. And honestly, it's probably one that I'm looking forward to out of the rest of mine. They'll all be fun, but
the Mariano is I'm hyped for that just because it's it's such a unique card. Like if you look at the rest of that set, the Bowman set from that year or whatever, all those cards are like the dudes just chilling in like street clothes, just like swagged out, just I'm kind of excited to how I haven't I've sketched it out I started a sketch on it, but I haven't really gotten too much detail on it. But I'm hyped for that one too.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be rad. That one was a tricky one for me because I'm always like I've painted athletes for a long time, and I'm usually trying to get them in like the most actiony action pose I can find, and he's just kind of
he's all awkward on this.
It's been a weird moment to be like, "Hey, Mariano, pose," and he's like, "Okay," like so weird, but that's cool. That's what's up, man. Are you? Do you think if Topps had opportunities in the future, would you like try and continue working with them in terms of future sets and stuff?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I love I forget the set name, but there's some artist that's working on a completely different set that's like it's more like realistic looking, and I think it's a girl. She uses colored pencil.
Okay.
And they post it on their Instagram sometimes. I forget what the set is called, but something like that would be super tight.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, and the dudes at Topps are super cool, man. So
yeah, I love it, man. And honestly, man, it's been like life changing for me, to be honest. It was like before, New York's expensive, and my studio is expensive, and like before, when COVID hit, without Topps, like before the Topps thing, I was like, I didn't even know if I'd be able to keep my studio. And then all of a sudden the Topps thing, happened, and then it took off and became bigger than I ever thought it would be. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I can expand and so now, I have a second space in the same building, and it's just
amazing.
I mean, it's literally life changing.
I don't think I noticed that until I saw the eBay prices too. One time, because I really didn't know after when I saw the numbers for the Sandy Koufax card, and then I'm just like, damn, that's pretty crazy. And then when I saw the eBay price, all right, no, this is something completely different than I thought. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you pick up a decent handful of your own cards?
So now I am, but in the beginning, no, not at all, man. I was just getting 1 or 2,
Right.
And then I was like, oh, this tight got my own card. And then after I realized, like, yo, I should be getting like 20, 30.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If I were you, especially because Topps gives us like a discount to use on our own, maximize that, man. I highly recommend getting as many as you can, because I think that I think in the long run, people are going to look back on this set within like the card collector community and think it's very important, because it really is kind of like it changed the game, and it like has brought a lot of new people into the hobby. It's brought old people back and got them excited again. It's got art collectors excited about baseball cards. So I think come like 2, 5, 10 years from now, I think these cards are going to be very highly coveted. So I would stash as many of your own. I mean, I literally, I have hundreds of each of my cards just set aside for like, it's like a 5-year investment, you know? But yes, it's awesome, man. And same for me, like in terms of continuing to work with Topps, I hope that happens. I have talked to Jeff where he says, kind of vaguely, but says that they have some projects in mind and they'd like to include as many Topps 2020 artists as want to participate, which is great.
Good to hear.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. It's a hell of an adventure.
It is. It
awesome.
Is. For sure.
Speaking of adventures, what are you getting into this weekend? Anything cool?
Nah, probably just chilling with the friends and stuff. Nothing planned really. Everything's been, I mean, I guess lockdown hasn't been too crazy as of recent, but there's not too much going on. Like before, last summer, there's always like events and stuff going on, parties, blah, blah, blah. But this whole year, man, we're in September already. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I see someone, Scott Kernan, said he was playing one of your jams and loved it on Bandcamp.
Hey, tight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to scroll up, see if there's any. I've kind of been, I'm focused on you. I've been ignoring the questions. So I'm going to see any cool ones.
That's a good question.
Okay.
A lot of people have asked Jacob to talk about his Roberto Clemente card.
Great. Yeah. Talk about the Clemente card. Man, that was awesome.
Actually, it's kind of put away now. But yeah, I was just going through, I think, Getty and just checking out like what, if I could use any different images that were like stronger than the original card or whatever. And then that came up. And actually that wasn't Getty, that was just on Google. But anyways, I just kind of jumped at it and started painting. And then when I sent to Topps, they're like, it's licensed by, or it's owned by Sports Illustrated.
Okay. So, and that was the one of him holding the kids.
The kids, yep. The one of him holding his 3 kids, and they were all for it though. They're like, we can try to push, but we're not sure how much, like how possible it would be. And I think it just came down to the photographer not reaching back. Like I don't think we were able to get in contact with the photographer, but MLB approved it, Topps approved it, so I just came back to just waiting on him. And so I just had like a backup ready, like and unfortunately,
so with the backup, it was him, and then you got the 3 kids like kind of facing him, looking up to him, and so were those just drawn like that? Was it like not based on a photo? You just drew those original, kind of like to make the photo your own?
Yeah, pretty much, just because there is an image of him like right next to his kids. It's like him and then the 3 kids next to him. I didn't reference that, but I guess it's kind of referential to that. Instead, I just had him like running towards him. So
yeah, I thought it was awesome. I mean, absolutely gorgeous card. And like I said, I mean, I like all your stuff, but like I feel like they just keep raising the bar.
Trying. I feel like now I've just caught a groove that like I guess now I'm focusing more on the portraits themselves. And even though this next Tony Gwynn, the typography is pretty crazy on it. Like I spent more time choosing the font. It's really crazy font that I chose for the Tony Gwynn. Yeah. I'm not sure if people are gonna like it or not, but yeah, it's all part of it, man. Like it's I don't know. It's
awesome. Fun. I love it. Speaking of people liking things or not, are you do you kind of engage, like are fans kind of getting in on your Instagram and giving you feedback, or does that matter to you, or do you listen? Like
I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt. I feel like fortunately I guess in college, we had like critiques and stuff, and I'm not too like I don't take anything personal, or I'm really good with feedback and like critique, whatever. So I mean, it definitely helps seeing different perspectives on what people think of your cards. But at the same time, I feel like I have I know what's best at the end of the day, or even if like it's funny. I think I seen someone on the Nolan Ryan someone said like, "Yo, he looks dead on the card." And I'm like, it's just interesting seeing that perspective because it's like it's more so me trying to match the color of the original,
right?
And it's a dull card kind of to begin with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just a funny. I don't know if it's focusing.
Yeah.
It's just interesting, man. Like seeing all the.
Yeah.
It's all like.
That's okay, man. People on the internet said my Ken Griffey looked like an earthworm.
yo, it's all just funny at the end of the day, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't take it too hard or anything.
Yeah, I was actually planning on at some point because I do these streams Monday through Friday, and Fridays I'll have a guest on, but usually Monday through Thursday I'm just hanging out solo. And one of the days I want to do like reading mean tweets. Have you seen like like Jimmy Kimmel? I think does it, but like I'm just gonna read like all the ridiculous comments that people say about my art, which I just think would be really fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if so. There's like there's a forum called Blowout Forums. I don't know if you're familiar. It's like
I've checked it out. Like I've checked it out once, but yo, they're so angry on that forum.
Dude, they're cold, bro. They're cold. It's funny because like honestly, like coming in there as an artist and just like being nice and honest and transparent. Like most people on there kind of like respect and will like be nice to me. But then they're like there's I don't know, maybe a half a dozen people that for whatever reason they've just decided that they hate me and hate my art and anything I do or say is like wrong and like it's just ridiculous. But whatever. I think it's fun. I think overall, like the collecting community has been really embracing in terms of Project 2020 and the artists, and like especially now that like we're so far into the set that people can visualize like the complete artist set's going to look dope. The complete player sets are going to look dope. Everyone's got their groove and like everyone's art's so distinctly different that it's crazy that like there'll be arguments online of like people being like, absolutely, this is the best card and this is the worst card, and there's no argument. And then someone else will be like the reverse, and then you get these guys like idiots just arguing like, but no, technically this one's better. It's like, dude, it's just art.
Yo, it's hilarious. It's just so subjective, bro. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm on the Facebook forum too. Those dudes are cool.
Yeah, I'm on the. I just kind of honestly, man, I hate Facebook, so I don't like.
I wasn't on Facebook for literally like 6 years until the Project 2020, and someone told me like, there's a forum, whatever. So I had to like reactivate. I'm literally only on to check the forum and then off it.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. I've been off for about 2-3 years, maybe 2 years, and just came back on because of this project.
Yeah,
but still, I don't even check it that much because Facebook's just annoying.
Nah, I hear you.
Matt, we got any other fan?
I have a cool question from Mike Roble.
Okay.
Did Jacob change his technique to adapt to how the art appeared on the cards?
Okay, that's a good question. When you moved from watercolor to the gouache, was that because of like seeing the art on the cards themselves, or just?
I guess actually, nah. It was more so kind of. This is my first time using gouache actually, and one of my boys, Randy Perez, he's another painter as well. Like he basically told me it's really similar to watercolor, but it's more like opaque, so you just don't have to layer it as much, and you just end up saving time, and at the same time the image is more bold. So that's kind of the main reason I went with it. I don't know, I just worked fast with it, and if I do want it to look like watercolor, you just add more water, So yeah, I don't remember what the original question was, but I think that answers.
Yeah, no, I think that answers it. Thank you for the question, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Let's see here. Just reading more comments. Let's see here.
Another question from Mike. How did you choose the purple borders on the Ricky Henderson?
Okay. Do you hear that one? How did you choose the purple borders on the Ricky? And I have this here.
I mean, so this one was more so kind of going off of the yellow, I guess, and kind of finding, I guess, a complementary kind of color for that. And it's interesting when you start working with more than maybe 2-3 colors on the palette. That's when it really gets like tricky, and like you just got to get more strategic with how things are laid out or whatever. So I guess I want to say that was kind of more just really pushing for that 90s kind of aesthetic.
Totally.
And that I don't know. It's pretty much just playing around with what I feel like works.
Yeah, I like it. I also like on this one that the font you used on the A's. I think that's really nice.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
I'm excited to see the font you were talking about on the Tony Gwynn.
Yes,
wild. I'm stoked. I like this one too, actually. This Mariners font is cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
That, but yeah, that's yeah, man. I feel like choosing the fonts literally on some of the cards takes longer than me painting the card, painting the portrait. Yeah, it's just because I just have a huge collection of just a bunch of typefaces, and man, going through that it definitely takes some time for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And typography makes such a big difference too. Like, you know, you put two different fonts that are drastically different, and it makes the whole card just has a whole different vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Completely, man.
Yeah,
and on the I actually designed the full, like a lot of these fonts I'm just choosing and kind of manipulating or altering them. But on the Willie Mays, I completely designed the I don't have my maze on me, but the font at the bottom is I completely designed that from scratch. So that got into some action. So
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a whole nother art form, man.
Yeah, that's another tedious.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who are there any baseball teams currently that you follow or players? You like Dodgers fan in LA or?
I've just started getting back into like checking it out more because of the project. But my extent of like baseball knowledge, honestly, is just like Sports Center top 10 highlights, really, to be honest. But I've definitely been trying to like, you know, keep up with it more so though.
Watching any NBA playoffs?
Yeah, I got it on right now, actually.
Yeah, I saw when I checked in before this, I think the Lakers were down a few points.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still are or not, but it's awesome. Let's see. Did you play baseball as a kid?
No, I only played basketball. I played like AAU growing up, but I never got into baseball. It was just mainly basketball for me.
Yeah, right on. Got more for me? Great. Okay, this is from Empice Wee. Do you take on an impressionist style for some of your cards, like Nolan Ryan?
Yeah, I saw that. I've seen that comment before too. It's really just not really impressionist, I wouldn't say. It's just that's still just using watercolor. And if you look at the original card, well, the scan we got, I feel like wasn't a detailed image or that detailed of Nolan Ryan. So I guess I was kind of going off of that, and the line work is really like it's really stark. His face is just super pale, and then the lines in his face are like just dark. So I kind of was going off of that. I didn't approach it like, let me try an impressionist kind of. It's really just it was watercolor trying to match the image, man. It's nothing deeper than that.
Yeah. Awesome. Right on. Let's see what else we got. What is it?
What artist does Jacob live up to?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, what artists do you kind of admire?
Man, a bunch. So one, he's like a designer and artist that I'm actually working with now. This dude named Hassan Rahim.
Okay.
Amazing designer and does like fine art as well. I love like my boys Randy Perez. Check him out. Blue the Great, amazing work. Who else? Old dudes. Like I love a lot of stuff from like the 1800s. Like a lot of like Baroque paintings and like high Renaissance stuff that I like learned in school. Like Anibale Carracci and got like Caravaggio and dudes like that. And it's just I don't know. I'm influenced by a bunch of stuff. This dude Andy Dixon. I don't know, man. It's just I just collect a lot of books as well, and you know, that it all just I guess helps me visually with my stuff.
That's awesome. So, what about musicians? Any like producers that you look up to in terms of like beats and stuff?
Amazing. Dilla, of course.
Yeah, I definitely got a Dilla vibe.
Yeah.
For sure.
My boy Thelonious Martin. There's a bunch of dudes, man. Knowledge, Mind Design.
Yeah. Remind me also of A+. You know A+?
I don't think I've heard.
He's done some production for Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, okay. Tight.
Yeah, and does him and Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. He produces for him sometimes too. So he definitely got that kind of like soulful, like I don't know, like retro, like a Dilla kind of.
Yeah, I got a huge like vinyl collection. I don't know. Under there, under my TV, a bunch of like and stuff. That's only like half of it.
Are you sampling straight off vinyl? Because that's awesome.
Sick. Yeah, got my record over here.
Running it through like Record Box or something.
No, straight through Ableton. But yeah, Record Box is tight too. I'm on
Yeah.
Record Box as well. That's a good
Nice. That's awesome, man. I
yeah.
love it.
That's
Yeah,
tight. You know about music too, bro. I didn't.
Yeah, man. It's fun,
Yeah.
man. I've got a ridiculous record collection at my parents' house in California, but yeah, I think I got to reunite with those sometime. I never got into producing. I never had the patience for it, but I think now I might. I don't know. It'd be really fun to do. I also just like I know a good amount of like good producers from when I was kind of in the music scene, engineering and emceeing, and so I feel like it would take so long for me to catch up to just where like some of my friends could do that I'd rather just like hit them up and be like, yo, what do you got? What do you got that's new? But yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Honestly, I miss making music, and I'm inspired to get back into it, especially now with the mic and stuff. And
it's fun. It's just especially just getting away from art sometimes. Just kind of cleansing the palate, trying something out. It's different.
Totally. Absolutely, he
says, I see the MF Doom record in the back. Yep, man, right to the
nice,
bro.
Oh yeah, there it is up at the top.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's sick.
That's sick, man. Do you oh, we got another one coming in. Couple coming in. Okay, great. Okay, this is from James Eugenia. Who's the best basketball player you played with or against? Anybody that's like in the league or anything?
Nah, with that, nah.
Or college or whatever.
My AAU team was actually nice, but we only like we didn't play any huge teams. We like I never played against anyone like that's me. Yeah.
All right, a couple more basketball questions. Who's your favorite NBA player?
Right now, probably John Morant, man. This dude is killing
me. Me too.
Amazing, bro. I just picked up his rookie card as well too off of eBay.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've got a little jaw collection I've been working on, which is great.
Yeah,
did you see Tyson Beck's collab with Jason Tatum?
Yeah, that was fire, man. That was fire.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
And then he has Kuzma next. Kuzma? Yeah.
Tyson does?
Yeah, Tyson's got his next card. It's going to be with Kuzma.
Fire. Yeah, he's been killing it, man. I love his set too. It's like the same kind of thing. We all have our own styles, and every time, like, you just see when top posts.
Yeah.
You just right away who they are.
And that's great. I mean, I think that's also like a good indication that Topps picked well, because they picked everyone that's distinct enough that like no one's work really looks like anyone else's work.
Yeah, it's all completely different. I love how
they're so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How in terms of the artists in Project 2020, were there any that you were familiar with before the project?
For sure. Don C. Actually, Don C. Funny story with Don C. Like I don't even know if remembers this, but in high school, like he has this shop called RSVP Gallery, and I did like web graphics for their site, like way back in high school. And then Naturel, I've been cool with Naturel for a while.
Sick.
I've known Keith Shore's stuff, Ermsy's fire, Grotesque. I've known since like when I was really little too. I had like T-shirts from Grotesque back in like 2010 and stuff. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's tight seeing all these artists come together.
Yeah, no, it's rad. Yeah, I was a big fan of Gregory Siff before the project. King Saladin and I had done a group show that we were both in with the 76ers. With his work, and then I'd vaguely heard of Ben Baller just kind of through the music stuff that he'd done. But everyone else was new, but like awesome. Everyone's awesome in their own right. And like I also feel like, so I didn't go to art school. I studied economics. I worked in marketing for a long time, and I didn't decide to become a painter until I was 30. So that was 5 years ago. And so I basically like had
to That's crazy.
Yeah. It was. It's been a fun ride, but I think like,
that's amazing.
I always painted as a hobby. It was just I just decided to take it seriously, and so like I had a lot of catching up to do. Where like the first year, I was basically just like watching a ton of YouTube videos, asking questions to whoever would listen, and like trying to learn as much as I could and like get my technique down.
Yeah.
And then fortunately, because my other career was marketing, like that's half the battle sometimes with art, because art's subjective anyways. And if you can just get it in front of enough people, or the right people that appreciate it, 100%. It's going to sell. And it doesn't really matter to those people whether or not I, have formal training. So
no, that's amazing though. 5 years, sheesh.
Yeah. It's been 5 years of art, and about the last 3 years have been all focused on sports athletes. So I was working a lot with NFL players before Tops, and they actually found me because I did some work with lacrosse players.
Oh, wow.
Jeff is a lacrosse fan. I played lacrosse in college, and so I'd done a little bit of work with Paul Rabel, who's a pretty famous lacrosse player, and that's how Jeff saw me. And then he went to my website and invited me to become part of the project, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to think about. Like 5 years flew. In one hand, like it flew by. Part of me feels like it took a really long time to get here, but reality is like that was pretty fast, which is awesome.
That's how it goes.
Okay, this is a good one. What music do you listen to while you work?
A lot of times, I guess if you want to go through my SoundCloud, a lot of those likes is what I kind of have playing. But I guess what I've been.
I'm gonna link that up. Let's see here.
SoundCloud / Jacob Rochester. But I always have Doom in rotation. Who else? Thundercat I've been listening to a lot recently. It's hard to like think of. I don't know why it's hard to think on the spot who I listen to, but a lot of like just instrumental stuff actually when I'm working. A lot of super chill. I guess lo-fi would be the term of the stuff I'm listening to.
Yeah, for sure. I'm the same way. I either do like instrumental music. Usually, last night it was different. By the way, everyone that's watching, last night's stream got taken down because I had Pandora on and it was too many copyrighted tracks. So they took it down. So I'm sorry, guys, but I downloaded the video. I'm going to re-upload it with royalty-free music, so I will have that on there. I was painting for like 2.5 hours, and a bunch of people were just watching, which is really cool. And I'm really happy with the stuff that I made last night. It was just fun stuff for myself. It's nice, like especially now, like when I have like the Topps cards, and then I'm doing autographs, and I have like commissions and like all these things that I like have to do. Is nice to like step away and just like paint something for fun.
100%.
It had been a long time since I did that. So I did it last night, and I was just playing Pandora just so that like, cause I wasn't talking to people. So I wanted them to be able to like listen to something and at least like, and then YouTube took it down, which is annoying.
Man, come on, YouTube.
I know. It's all right. I should have known better. I mean, honestly, like I've been meaning to like make like a long playlist of like royalty free stuff. I can play beats, man. What's that?
I said I'll send you some beats over.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that, man. It's been so long since I've gotten like some fresh beats, and I'm super excited. I'm hyped, man. As soon as we wrap tonight, like I'm gonna put on your music. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna keep painting on those things I started last night, and I'm be vibing.
That's the vibe. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Matt Berg. Yeah, it was a 1-of-1 stream last night. Exactly. I will upload it with different music though. That's a good question from Eric. What's your dream job for you to do as an artist? So maybe it could be like a brand collab or project.
To be honest, the Topps project is pretty much like a dream in terms of like merging like art and design. I'd say the Topps project is definitely up there with,
I agree.
What it would be, but I guess I don't know. I've worked with Nike. That was a huge dream for me. Jordan Brand.
That's sick.
What else? I guess like working with an audio company. I've actually, you know what I wanted to do? I've always wanted to like design a font that would be used for like a keyboard, like one of these.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like that, or logo or branding for a full, for like a synthesizer or something like that would be a dream for me.
Yeah, got to hit up like Behringer or M Audio or any of those guys.
Yep,
sick
for sure.
And you say so you're producing in Ableton? You said
yeah, Ableton and just Ableton. And I got this little thing called a Teenage Engineering OP1. This thing is a monster. Like it's like super tiny, but you can do like
oh wow.
You could do like everything on this thing. Like it's just it's
like the size of a keyboard. Looks like a size of like a computer keyboard, but it's like a MIDI controller.
Super small, it's like a MIDI controller. It's its own sampler. It's a synthesizer, drums, all of it. You could upload your own, your own sounds into it, and man, it's amazing. It has a compressor on it. It's crazy.
That's dope. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's so easy, especially in music, to like get caught up in the gear. There's so much cool gear, which I loved when I was in that space. I mean, I was like, I didn't know how to play anything, and I was like, fuck, I need like a Triton keyboard. I had like Technics that like had actual, they could play actual vinyl, and like, I got all this like nice stuff just so that like people would want to come over and make music because I just love being around it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it sucks too, because like then when I graduated college, I had like a fire sale and sold all that stuff for like nothing. And I was like, oh, it'd be so sick to have all that. But I had like the Digi 003 at the, all the automated sliders, and yeah, it was a fun time though.
All the stuff, yeah, that's amazing, bro. That's how my dad's like rack is. He has a bunch of stuff too, like crazy. He has like this Echo. I forget the name of it, but it's like this old Echo. Like rack from like the 80s, and that thing is just amazing. It's such a difference between like hardware and just like being on Ableton or whatever,
Totally. Yeah, and some of those like vintage like tube preamps
get
like sound that like you can't get digital. And
even those same tube compressor like companies, they'll try to have plugins that like emulate it, and it's like no, it's not the same at all.
But it might catch up eventually. I think like I remember for a long time with photography, which is something I also love, like when digital started coming out, I was like, oh, it's never going to be like film. Like you're never going to get the same quality. And like, here we are now, like you can shoot better. You can shoot higher quality than, which is great. So it'll probably catch up with music. M. Pice had another good question saying, when you finish a painting, do you ever feel like it's perfect, or does there always feel like there's something else that you could do to like make it better?
Sometimes I guess it depends on the painting, like, and on the, no, I think sometimes like I know when a painting's done, and sometimes there's definitely sometimes you want to tweak things, but for the most part, let me grab this larger piece I did. Like something like this, like I probably say it's completely done. This is the oil painting I did.
I love that big format.
Yeah,
is that like 30 by 40 or something?
It's 36 by 48 maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like this, I feel like I'd say it's complete,
It's awesome.
But I think it all depends for sure.
Yeah. That's cool, man. It's nice that you can work in like the small, 8 by 8.5 by 11 and also do 36 48s.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I just recently got back into like larger oil paintings and stuff. Eventually, I want to do like a show when all the virus clears or whatever the case. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love fine art,
man. All right, well, I want to respect your time. I know it's Friday night, so maybe we could just do like a couple more quick questions, and then we'll wrap. Do you have another one for me?
Yeah, consider companion cards.
Oh, great question. Are you considering doing any companion cards to go with the 2020 stuff?
So yeah, I'm definitely considering it, but honestly, I guess I could. I mean, I could, but right now there's just so many other projects I'm working on that I'm not able to dedicate my time to like really put out a companion card set or whatever that I'd be able to like have full attention to, I guess, So I guess when things clear up, I do have ideas for companion cards, but at the moment I'm probably not gonna go for them right now. But
yeah, I think I'm going to do companions for all 20, but I'm not going to do it till after they're all done. Like I'll let this ride and get all the attention. I think that like there's a little bit of, I mean, it's a really long project. We still have months left. And I think that people also, with everything that's going on in the world, they don't have as much disposable income as they used to. And so like there's so many choices now. Every artist is doing companions and autos and extra this, extra that. And so I'm trying to like pump the brakes a tiny bit. I am doing the autos on all my cards, which has been really good. I do think that like it could be really good for you. I know it's a pain in the ass to like open up the card. It's a tedious process to do, but man, people appreciate it, and it's a great revenue stream.
Yeah, for sure.
Could be good. Let's see if we got anything else. Let's see here. Somebody asked what the big cylinder was behind you. I told him I think that's a refrigerator.
No, that does look like a cylinder with the. I guess that. So that's the fridge. Wait, that's the fridge.
Yeah.
That's the Dyson.
Yeah. There's a good question. Do you do any abstract painting work?
I don't, but I do want to get into it, man. Because another thing I do is collect like a bunch of images and just for like reference and
Mhm.
like even with books and stuff, whatever. But so I'm always like digging through different things. So abstract painting is something I would want to get into, but I'm just
Mhm.
so I guess my process with working is so like it is like super referential, and I kind of do lean on having imagery next to me to go off of, or so
Mhm.
I definitely want to break away from that at some point and
Yeah.
try abstract, but I haven't tried it yet, but I'll definitely be open to it for sure.
Tight. I dig it. Let's see here.
Does he have any music that hasn't been released yet that he's done?
Oh,
Any
any
music?
music that hasn't been released yet. So he just put out an album today.
Yeah. Anything like deep tracks that you're like
Ah.
saving for later.
Any super secret tracks that haven't released yet? That's what Matt wants to know.
I mean, bro, I have like hundreds of beats that just I don't honestly I don't like I told you before, like with music, it's just a hobby really, and I really just enjoy like making it, and like if I go to the grocery store, just like listening to it on the walk to like it's
Mhm.
really one of those things where
Mhm.
so yeah, a bunch of unreleased stuff, but
Nice. I'm
yeah.
telling you, man, you got to send me. I'm gonna hit you up after this. I'm gonna text you. I want some beats. I want some beats, man.
I'll drop some of the stuff on your stream. That's the next
Great.
step.
That's awesome, man. I love that. I love that very much. Octavio asks, and I think the answer is no, but I'm not sure. Do you have a PC, like personal collection of cards? Oh, I guess you have your Jordans, right? You have your Jordans from when you were a kid.
Jordans, and I have a bunch of basketball cards back home in like this like box, but no, I want to get back into it. Like I just picked up that John Morant, and I'll probably be looking into like a bunch of like Zions and
Mhm.
Luka and stuff, and getting those rookie cards because I know the LeBron rookie cards are going crazy now, right?
Yeah, they are. And Luca's too. Luca's already,
they're
I
already
mean,
up there.
and I would guess that Jaws like sky going up too.
Yeah, I think I got it for a decent price. I want to say I did, but yeah, I'm sure it's going to get crazy.
Yeah, I don't know much about basketball, but I mean, Ja has so much potential, and if he lives up to it even partially, I think that it's going to be a great investment.
For sure.
But it's also, I mean, he's just a fun player to watch and
Mm-hmm.
fun cards to have. I have one. Actually, my favorite Ja card is, when he tried to dunk over Kevin Love.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
So someone took that picture and basically made it look like the Fleer Jordan rookie kind of treatment. But and it like looks like a legit card, but it's like him dunking over Kevin Love, but he didn't stuff it. But somebody like made that card as like a fun thing, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. They're like, really? I'll send it to you. I'm like, great. So I have that card. It's just like one of one. That's cool. Dope, man. Well, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. Do you know when your next when the Tony Gwynn card comes out?
I just want to say the top of next week. The schedule said the 6th, but again, I think that's a Sunday. Today's the 4th, so maybe Monday.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Monday would actually be a really good day. I don't know how much you pay attention to like the timing of drops and print runs, but Mondays are usually the best day because people are hungry after all weekend not getting cards, and Monday they're excited to spend money. So
and then Fridays, like I realize as well, like Fridays aren't the best also because there's no Instagram posts like putting people to the site on the weekend, which I realized after. So
and everyone's like spent their money, they bought cards all week long, and it's like I can take a break, wait till next week. So it's really got to be like fire to do well on Fridays. But it's crazy, man, to think about. Like, I mean, there's all these things. It's like the day you drop on matters, who you get paired with matters. Obviously, the player itself matters. There's all these like
bunch of variables,
all these factors, that all play in. Awesome, man. Well, again, thank you so much. I do hope to get out to California to see my family relatively soon. I'm going to make an LA trip and visit Gregory Siff. I'd love to link up in person if that happens. Don't forget to send me some beats.
I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Anything that I can do to help you anytime, man, reach out. Whether, I'll help promote your cards, or if you want to start doing more autos, I can help you there, or, whatever. Happy to help.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right. Cool, man. Have a great night. Everyone else, stay safe and stay awesome.